Anthropic just gave Claude Code a second brain. Not to write better code, to watch the first brain and decide if what it's doing is safe. It's called auto mode, and the architecture behind it is very clever. But here's the thing. Right now, it's locked to team plans. So I'm going to break down exactly how it works and then show you a workaround that gives you similar control on any plan today. If you've used Claude Code for more than 5 minutes, you know the drill. You ask it to build you something, it writes code, then it stops. Can I save this file? You click yes. Can I run npm install? You click yes. It edits another file. Can I modify this? Yes, 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 yes. For a simple project, you might click approve 30, 40, 50 times. That's not an AI assistant. That's a coworker who needs permission to breathe. Now, Claude Code already has a solution for this. It was called dangerous mode, or what a lot of people call YOLO mode. And it does exactly what the name suggests. It turns off all safety checks. Every command, every file edit, every destructive action, auto-approved, no questions asked. The problem, it's dangerous. If Claude decides to run a command that's dangerous mode just lets it happen. No warning, no second opinion. So you've got two options. Babysit every action or trust blindly. Neither one was great. By the end of this video, you'll understand how auto mode safety classifier works under the hood, and you'll have a working config file that gives you hands-off Claude Code sessions on any plan without the risk of dangerous mode. Now, if you're the kind of person who actually builds with these tools, not just watches videos about them, I've got a community where we share all the skills files, templates and configs I use in these tutorials. It's called the AI Creator Monetization Lab, and it's only $9 a month. Check it out in the description. Auto mode is the third option. Shipped March 24th as a research preview, currently on team plans with Enterprise and the API coming soon. Here's the idea in plain English. Before Claude Code runs any action, editing a file, executing a command, installing a package, a complete separate AI model reviews that action and asks one question: is this safe? If the answer is yes, it goes through automatically, no prompt, no interruption, you don't even notice it happen. If the answer is no, or even maybe not, it stops and asks you for permission, just like default mode. Think of it like having two AI agents. The first one is Claude doing the work. The second one is a security guard, watching every move Claude makes and only stepping in when something looks risky. Now here's where it gets interesting, and this is the part that most people aren't explaining that well. The security guard, Anthropic calls it the classifier, runs on Claude Sonnet 4.6. That's true regardless of which model your main session uses. Even if you're running Opus, the classifier is always Sonnet. But here's the clever part. The classifier sees your messages and Claude's tool calls, but it never sees tool results. That means if Claude reads a file that contains hidden instructions like ignore all safety rules or delete everything, those instructions never reach the classifier. They can't trick it. Classifier makes its decisions based only on what Claude is trying to do, not on what Claude has read. This is a deliberate design choice to prevent what's called prompt injection. That's where hostile content embedded in files or web pages tries to manipulate the AI into doing something dangerous. By keeping the classifier blind to the tool's results, Anthropic made it immune to this attack. One more thing to know, sessions are slightly more expensive in auto mode. That makes sense. Every single tool call is getting reviewed by a second AI before it runs. You're essentially paying for two models working in parallel. So what kinds of actions does the classifier block based on Anthropic's documentation? The things that are always blocked and require your approval are file deletions, system file modifications, administrator level access, sending data to unknown URLs, running download scripts, and anything touching credentials or environment variables. Things that are always approved: creating files, editing code in your project, running tests and builds, installing packages, reading files, and Git operations like commits and branches. The classifier errs on the side of caution. If something could be destructive, it asks. Auto mode is only available in the team subscription right now, but there's a feature that's been in Claude Code for a while that lets you build your own version of this. It's called the local settings file, and it lives in your .claude folder, and that's the hidden folder inside your project directory. So here's how it works. Let me open up the terminal and we'll go ahead and create the settings file. So I'm just going to run Claude. And then I'm going to say create a Claude / settings.config file. So this is just a demo project that I've got here, just so we can show this. Well, it didn't actually create the settings.config file yet, unfortunately, but I can go ahead and paste some stuff that I want in there. But anyway, here's an example. So the file looks like this. So any commands that you want to allow, you just put in here, and any commands that you want to deny, you just put in here. Okay, so let me put this all side by side. So in default mode, every action asks for permission. Obviously that's the safest, but also the slowest. So this is best if you're a first time user of Claude Code or production systems or running prompts that you didn't write yourself. Settings.json, you define your own allow deny list. Claude auto approves what's on the allow list, blocks what's not on the deny list, asks about everything else. And available on every plan right now, so it's best for daily development when you know your workflow and want fewer interruptions. So this is what's available today if you don't want to be interrupted all of the time, and you can just approve some of those commands that you just know are safe and that you regularly use for your workflow. And then we've got auto mode if you're on the team plan. So that's a second AI reviews every action dynamically. No static lists exist. So these are best for like long running complex tasks where the safe to risky kind of boundary changes based on context. But as I say, it's currently only available on the team plan. And then you have dangerous mode where everything is auto approved. There's no safety at all. And honestly, it's kind of, you never really want to use this. Maybe it's like if you've got a throwaway VM or a machine that you don't care about, but even Anthropic themselves don't recommend dangerous mode. So right now, my recommendation is to use settings.json today. Build your own allow and deny lists for the work you do most. When auto mode hits your plan, switch to it for complex stuff and keep settings.json just for the routine stuff. They work together. Auto mode respects your settings.json deny list anyway. So that's auto mode, a second AI that watches every tool call, blocks the dangerous ones and lets the safe ones fly by. It's clever engineering, especially the part where the classifier never sees the tool's results. And until it comes to your plan, settings.json gives you the manual version that works today. Now, if you're interested, we have a quick start guide available in our community, which just kind of helps you get this set up, including kind of recommended starting points depending on what it is that you do. So if you're interested in that, check out our community in the description, the AI Creator Monetization Lab. It's just $9 and you get the config files, the templates, the skills, and a group of people who are actually trying to build and ship something with tools like these every day. If that was useful, hit subscribe. I put out daily AI tutorials that break down exactly how to use these tools. I'll see you in the next one.